Okay, so we're going to have a look at some more derivatives of trigonometric functions. So we have a question here. Find the derivative of, and we have tan cubed x minus 3 cosecant 4x. So we need to look at these. So just going over to the side, we could write tan 3 of x as tan cubed. And we could write cosecant, so this is as minus 3 cosecant of x to the 4. So because of this, we can actually use the chain rule. So let's have a look. So we're going to look at, first of all, we have 3 tan x. Let's find the derivative. So using the chain rule, so 3. We're going to write tan of x the same. So we've got tan of x. Now we're going to take 1 from the power, so this is 2. And this is how we write when we mean that it's all squared. And we then need to multiply by the derivative of tan of x. So this is going to be secant squared of x. Then we need to, we're going to subtract, and then we have negative, so we have negative 3. So let's have a look at this. We've got 3. And we need to use chain rule again. So this is going to be 4 multiplied by minus 3. So this is like minus 12. And we have cosecant. So we're writing cosecant the same. Cosecant of x. Now we're going to minus 1 from the power. So this is going to be 3. But cosecant is negative. So this is actually multiplied by so it's minus 12 multiplied by a minus, because this is minus 1. So this can be rewritten as plus 12. So this is plus 12 cosecant of x. Now this needs to be, I said, multiplied by the derivative of cosecant of x. So this is going to be cosecant of x multiplied by cotangent of x. Now what we'll notice is that we have cosecant cubed here, and we have a cosecant here. So we can simplify, we can multiply these together. So this will be 3 tan squared of x secant squared of x plus 12, and then we're going to change this, we're going to add the powers, so it's going to be 4 of x multiplied by cotangent of x, and that is our final answer. So let's have a look at another one like that. So find the derivative of f of x is 2x cosine of 3x cubed. So this time we have got 2 terms multiplied together. So a 2x and a cosine 3x. So let's make that a different color. So a 2x and a cosine 3x. So we're going to use the product rule. So the product rule says if we have f prime of x, we multiply by g of x, we add f of x, and then multiply that by g prime of x. So if we write down what our functions are, so f of x is 2x, or f prime of x, the derivative of 2 of x is going to be 2. So g of x, so now we're looking at our cosine function, so we have cosine 3x cubed, so that's just the same. But our derivative, so if you take the derivative, so we need to find the derivative of cosine, so this is going to be negative sine. And we write this inside the same, so 3x cubed, but then we need to multiply it by the derivative. So the derivative is 3 times 3, which is going to be 9x, and we're going to minus 1 from the power, so that's going to be 2. So now we're going to simplify, substitute this into, so to find f of x, so we're going to write in our, so first function being f of x and our second function g of x, so we're going to substitute in what we have. So f of x, first of all, would be 2, so this is going to be 2 multiplied by cosine of 3x cubed plus 2x multiplied by minus sine of 3x cubed multiplied by 9x squared. So let's just make this smaller and move this out the way. So this fits on the page. Okay, so next step. So we have to look to see what we can simplify. Now we have one term here, and we have a second term here. So is there anything that we can multiply? Well, if we look, we have these terms here, so we can multiply those together. And then so f of x is 2 cosine of 3x cubed. And then we're going to multiply 2 and 9. So we will have, and we got a negative here. So we're going to, this minus 1, so we'll bring it out. So we'll have minus 18x cubed sine of 3x cubed. Okay, so you can try this question and then we'll have a look. Right, so first of all, so we have this function f of x is equal to 4x cosine and 8x squared. So we're going to use the product rule. So our f of x, so we have 4x. Our f prime of x, taking the derivative, will just be 4. So g of x, this is cosine of 8x squared. And the derivative, so this is going to be the derivative of cosine, which is minus sine. 8x squared stays the same. Then we're going to multiply by the inside, the derivative, so that's going to be 16x. Okay, so now let's substitute in for the chain rule. So our first term is going to be f prime of x, which is going to be 4, multiplied by g of x, which is cosine of 8x squared. And this is plus f of x, which is 4x. And this is multiplied by our g prime of x, which is negative sine of 8x squared multiplied by 16x. 816x. So now we need to look at how we can simplify. So our f of x, so 4 cosine 8x squared plus, and if we look at our terms here, we have a 4x, the negative sign, and the 16x squared. So we can change this, so this is going to become, instead of positive here, we'll make this negative. So negative 16 multiplied by 4, so this is going to be 64. X multiplied by x is x squared, and then we have sine of 8x squared. So here's our derivative.